Shalom. I want to start off by saying all praises, Kal Halalyam, La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakudash, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai. Alright, double honors unto the apostles at Great Millstone, whom I have learned this truth from, who rule well, and salutations unto you brothers and you few sisters that do take heed. Coming back to the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakudash. All right, I'm just on my drive, all right, to work. I thought I'd do a lesson. Obviously I can't read the scriptures, but Lord's will through the spirit, edification still comes out. But I kind of wanted to title a lesson various topics, but the spirit got me a topic that this truth is about. What this truth is about is the war for your mind, right? That's all it is, man. This truth is about the war for your mind. And what I mean by that is when you first come in the truth, we know the scripture says to eat the whole roll. And it says when you eat it, it'll be sweet in thy mouth like honey. Pursuant to the book of, in Revelations, right? It'll be sweet in thy mouth like honey, but when you fully digest it, meaning you comprehend it and you start to apply it in your life, it becomes bitter, right? The reason being, there's a few reasons, right? We got to get tested. We have to get refined, we have to purge ourselves from this world and basically separate. And like Yahushua told us, we have to deny ourselves in this world, man. All right, but going back to the point, when you first come in the Word, it's all sweet, man. It's all good. You feel like you're on cloud 9, to be honest. And after that comes the test part, right? After that comes the part where you get tested, man. And that's the bitter part, because that's where you start seeing, okay, you've been pulled out of this, I'll use the word matrix, okay, out of this system, this beast. But guess what? Your family, your friends, your associates, they're all entangled in the world, and they have no idea what's happening to you. The slightest clue they'll have is you went crazy, to be honest, and the bitterness comes with when you, again, as like I said, you separate yourself from things of this world, but now you're still in this world. You still have work, you still have your friends and your family. You're not in the bat cave somewhere meditating. You're still seeing every people day to day, but your mindset has changed, man. That spirit inside you has changed, right? So with that spirit has changed, these people recognize it too, because guess what? They're a spirit and they got spirits on them. They have heavy spirits on them, man. And they're in deep sleep. And when you try to wake up a man in deep sleep, man, he might fight you. He might growl, might make noises, push you away in his sleep, yell something, you know what I mean? And that's just what it is, man. But now you're in this place where, yes, you have the brotherhood, and it's amazing. It's a blessing, man. It's like especially thinking about Akim and brothers that are 2-3 man camps. Some brothers are literally by themselves, man. That's a heavy spirit to be on a brother, man. Right? You got the brotherhood, but really at the end of the day, man, you're still by yourself, to be honest. That's why the scripture says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay? And also in the book of Matthew 7, in the book of 2nd Esdras, I think it's 7 as well, where it mentions the narrow gate, the narrow path, that it's so narrow that only one man can pass thereby at a time. That's how narrow it is. So again, man, you're still by yourself at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You're still by yourself. So being, knowing that, right? Knowing that it's a battle for your mind, man. And these demons, these people, they're out there sniffing you out. Oh, again, it's the demons in the people. Oh, this guy's a man of the Lord. Let's mess with him, right? Let's try him, as it also is written in the book of Ecclesiasticus, right? I forget the chapter. I believe it's 5 or 6 around there, about how wisdom will try him and torture him with her discipline before she can trust him. Then she will return and comfort him, right? Because the scriptures is what? The comforter. That's really Yahushua, because he comes in the volume of the book, right? It's found in the book of Psalms. He comes in the volume of the book. There was a situation in the camp where there was a brother listening for a few months, actually a year, to be honest, and he had clear problems in his own personal life, but he came around in the winter, in the dead of winter, when it was frost cold, and he was listening out there, and he had 2 more brothers come with him. But what ended up happening to him is he went to the spiritual realm. And I'm not going to say how he went to the spiritual realm, because that's none of my business to say that. I don't feel it's the right timing, and if it is, then, it'll come out. But the point being, man, he was basically found without comfort, and he was plagued of the mind, and it was a heavy demon, okay? And when we found out, again, some of us knew that, you could tell he wasn't all there, so to speak. But guess what? The Lord is not looking for everyone that's all there. The Lord actually says he's looking for the weak, right? The men of contrite spirit, the men of sorrows. So if you're a man of sorrow, and sorrow, that's not an easy word. That's a heavy word, man. If you're a man of sorrow, that means you're stressed and depressed, man. And if you're stressed and depressed, that means you got ailments. And you're not fun to be around. You're actually a miserable person. So those aren't light things to take into account. Oh, sorrow, right? That's a real shit, man. That's shit that people wake up and take Prozac for, and they have different antidepressants for that shit, right? This brother was plagued, man, and it's a situation where we kind of been through. You feel alone, man, and you feel divided in your mind. And, the pain is real, man. The pain is very real. It's a mental pain. It's a spiritual anguish, it's a physical torment. But speaking from my own personal experience, which that's all I can do, right? The scriptures do ultimately comfort you. And it is an ultimate comfort, man. When you read the scriptures, when you watch an apostle's video, it is an ultimate comfort at the end of the day. And it's a comfort you can't find in a society, no matter how many women or drugs or whatever you do in this society, man. It's a thing where it puts your spirit at rest, man. But point being, you got to really just get in the mentality of strengthening your spirit, strengthening your mind. And first and foremost, I always say this through the apostle Really Gabar, who's been pushing it for years, man, is faith. Faith is actually the first step to be accepted of the Most High, to believe in him and to do his will to the best of your ability. It's faith, man. Without faith, there's nothing. Because really, in actuality, faith, it cannot be attained. It must be given. You can't go out and search for faith. You have to actually be given the gift of faith to believe, right? Just like you brothers, whoever's listening to this video, think about the first 2-3 videos you've seen of a brother, whatever camp it was that woke you up to this thing, right? Think about it, man. Think about if you weren't given the gift of faith when you seen Caesar Borgia on the floor, man, or when you seen the brothers speak about different topics of the nations, so-called racism. Think about those things. Those things, normally, what does it do? It offends people and it bugs them out. And they're really just blinded at the end of the day because the Most High, he's not calling them. Right? And just because you're called doesn't mean you're chosen either, man. This thing is very serious, man. Very, very serious. Right? But again, man, I always go back to this thing about the plague of the mind, man. In the book of Ecclesiasticus, right? Again, I can't quote it off right now, it tells you in the book of Sirach, give me any plague but the plague of the mind. Okay? Reason being is, once you're plagued in the mind, you know, there's people out there, man, that are drug addicts. That's a plague of the mind, because you're chasing that high, that first fucking high you had, you know, and you'll never get it back. You hear crackheads talk about it all the time, man. I'm chasing this high, that first high I had, you know, and they tell you, I'll never have it. But why am I chasing it? It's some demons, man. They're plaguing your mind. They're working on your mind. You know, a person that, again, they might have never done drugs, man, but they got an ailment of the mind. They might be depressed. They might have bipolar. They might be schizophrenic, which are all demons, man. They're all demons riding you, okay? That is a plague of the mind, and that's very serious, man. And you don't want that, because really what that makes you, to be honest, is a prisoner of your own mind, which is terrifying as hell. You're a damn prisoner of your own mind. To sit there and think about that, that's crazy, you know? So the first thing you should do is arm yourself with faith, man. Pray the Lord give you more faith to believe this thing and to carry you through anything you're going through. The Lord said, my sheep hear my voice, right? Yahushua said, my sheep hear my voice, and whithersoever I go, they follow, right? Roughly paraphrasing. So you got to pray for that spirit. Lord, give me the spirit to follow you wherever you take me. You know, wherever you put me in this life, let me never, you know, renounce you, and let me always keep my integrity, right? My favorite scripture, once I read it years ago in the book of Job 13 and I believe 15, Job said, though he slay me, yet will I remain my faith in him, right? So that's a serious spirit, man, for you to have, where you still remain your faith in the Lord, right? Even though he's jacking you up. And really, when the Most High is jacking you up, right, he's actually disciplining you and making you a better man, because it tells you in the book of Job, he whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth often, right? He chastened them often. So if you're getting jacked up currently, count yourself as a son of the Lord, because who he doesn't love, you don't chasten. You don't give a shit. Oh, you're going off? I don't like you anyway. You can stay in your offness. I'm not going to correct you. You understand? But this thing about the plague of the mind, man, is very serious, man. And you know, I should have done this lesson earlier, but I felt I didn't even want to speak on the brother. The whole point of this lesson is for that brother, man, which I actually liked his spirit. You know, I liked his spirit. At first news, I was kind of saddened. But you go in the spirit, man. You say, you know what? He's in the spiritual realm. He's happy, man. He's happy, and he's praying for us, man. He knew the name Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. He did the salute. He did all that. You know, he was out there in the blistering cold, man, listening. And he was a man. I even told one of the brothers, Howard. He said, I like him because his spirit is contrary. When he comes, he's meek. He has his head down. So I like the brother, man. So for him to go out, man, you know, in the fashion that he did, it shows you that this is a real battle, man. This is not a joke. When the apostles bring out, for example, Ephesians 6 years ago on 34th and 7th in New York, about we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against principalities, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. That's not a joke, man. You got people, you got your own personal agents out there that are watching your ass. You got witches assigned to you, warlocks, that are calling spirits upon you, man. So you people or brothers, man, that think that's a joke, you keep thinking it's a joke, man. And you really shouldn't think it's a joke, because this thing is dead serious, man. This thing is about life and death, right? You got people out there that might that I'm not going to say that are cursing you, that are wishing harm upon you. When it says spiritual wickedness in high places, man, do you think that means low-level witches? No. It means high-level people in high places, right? And all these top bankers and philanthropists and entrepreneurs, they're all in it, man. They're all pansexuals. If you don't know what that means, go look it up. That's what they're pushing for. It's a god, Pan, right? They're all demons. They're all witches. And you people are like that on a lower level. That's why you fuck around with the Ouija boards. You want to play with that. Get it from Walmart. You want to go to the local palm reader. Get your tarot cards read. And you think it's all fun and games. To them spirits are messing with your mind, man. And then when them spirits are messing with your mind, the word devil means deceive. So you think you're good. They're deceiving you. And meanwhile, your whole life's going to shit, man. That's how serious them spirits are. You know? So you brothers out there, arm yourselves with faith, man. Faith that the Lord will continue to sup with you and be with you throughout any situation you're in, man. Whatever situation you're found in. Pray the Lord delivers you and works with you, man. Because it doesn't matter if you're in a low place. It don't really matter. It doesn't mean the Most High forsook you. It don't, it don't mean you're all wicked and the Most High just having fun. No, the Most High, for the most part, he's a man of discipline. Does it not say the Lord is a man of war for you soft ass Christians? In the book of Exodus 15:3, the Lord is a man of war, right? The Lord is his name. So a man of war, do you think a man of war is a playful man? A man that laughs and giggles? Right? For example, modern day sergeants or generals, or even the drill sergeants, man, in boot camp. Are they men of laughter? Right? Can you play around with a guy like that? So can you imagine a man 2,000 years ago, a man of war? Those were serious men, man. So just some food for thought. All right, I'm about to close up, but this thing is a battle for your mind, man. This war we're fighting is a battle for your mind, and you got to try to keep it intact as much as you can, you know, because you can actually start to believe the Lord's not dealing with you when he actually is. And I've heard a few stories like that where guys just bugged out, man. They exited themselves because of that. Because them spirits will start talking to you, you know, and say, no, the Lord's not dealing with you, and then you start believing it. And there's a scripture that also says that whatsoever man believeth, such is he. And you start believing something after a while, you know, you're not gonna sup, man. And the Lord is supping with you right now. You got to pray that the Lord continues to sup with them. And that's why Yahushua said, hold that fast which thou hast, which is your faith, man. That no man may take it from you. Because a man can come and bring some next philosophies to you, and you're out, man. You're gone. Right? You're finished, man. Okay, so hold that fast, man. You brothers, you pray for it, man. There's going to come all kinds of waves. And these doctrines, they come like winds, man. You don't know where the hell they come from or where they're going. They come like whirlwinds. Right? So with that, I want to say Kal Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, whom I've learned this truth from, who rule well, and salutations unto you brothers and you few sisters that do take heed. Until next time, Lord's will, I say Shalom.